My name is Riley Turtelat. I am from Gale-Ettrick-Trempealeau chapter and I am level 3.
My name is Bailey Maynard. I'm from the Gale-Ettrick-Trempealeau chapter and I'm level 3.
According to Children's Miracle Network Hospital.org, every day CMN hospitals treat 16,200 kids with trauma, 935 kids with diabetes, 2,128 with cancer, and 925 babies in the NICU.
The Children's Miracle Network in particular tries to make tragic life events a little bit more bearable by giving things such as gas cards to the families. My nephew Julian had leukemia and the hospitals did a lot to help our family cope. As unfortunate as it is, anyone's children can get sick. And that is why it's not only important to fundraise, but also it's important to educate others about Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
Besides the hospital ourselves, our main target was teenagers our age. Teens are not aware of the things happening in our very own community. This is proven by a 5-point quiz that we sent out to our school. Over 70 people had less than 3, and we knew that we wanted to help spread the word about what the Children's Miracle Network Hospital does. So using the FCCLA planning process summary page template, we set a goal, formed a plan, acted on the plan, and evaluated our plan.
Our overall goal is to advocate for the children in the Children's Miracle Network. We wanted to first link this to the 5 FCS skills. The first one is human services, which can relate by noting that the fact that we are improving our skills to talk with people, which will come in handy if we choose to go on a career like this. The second is hospitality and tourism. My nephew was able to travel to a campground for a weekend paid by for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Our fundraising can also help other children experience vacations and hospitality, and this is why we named it Meaningful Miracles.
Education and training is the third one, and I think that planning an extensive project such as this can better the skills needed for a job in this field. Visual arts and design also has to do with our project, but you will see how in the future. Doing all of these things helps better our real-world skills in general, including communication, systematic thinking, and teamwork. The 7th purpose of FCCLA is to prepare for the multiple roles of men and women in today's society. The Children's Health Insurance Program Reauthorization Act says that 32 million children have a chronic health condition. By doing this project, we are also making sure that future parents are aware of their options if an unfortunate event such as this were to occur.
On November 22nd, we came up with our first project's goal. Our goal was to raise $100 using donation boxes for blanket materials by January 10th. This would allow us to make about 10 blankets to give meaningful miracles to the children.
On March 22nd, we came up with our second goal, which is to raise $150 through an online auction selling pour paintings.
We first scoped out different options we had for placing the donation boxes. We both came up with a list of businesses, and then we chose which ones we thought would be the best for our donations. To better organize ourselves, we also considered the pros and cons of each place to help when it came out to picking our partners. We wanted a variety of different places to affect a different variety of people. We also wanted businesses to be well known and fairly busy. On December 2nd, we called Cooley Boutique, Stockyards, In the Making, Beatles Bar and Restaurant, Champions, and a local flower shop. We answered the questions about our project, and after they agreed, we placed our boxes on December 7th. We collected money from each box once a week so we could keep track of how much money we were making. In total, we made $134, which is over our original goal. On January 13th, we purchased fabric from realtors such as Joann's and Walmart. Since we couldn't do an in-person event at this time, we asked our fellow chapter members to sign up for a blanket kit. These kits consisted of 2 patterns of fleece fabric, 1.5 yards of each, and also directions as well as a blank name tag that they could decorate and add a personal touch to. Here's some tags, and then here's a picture blanket kit, and then here's one in person.
Yeah, and that is also our boxes that we use to collect donations. There is our mission thing on the front, I guess, and it just explains what we're doing and why we're doing it. On February 4th, we held a virtual meeting with Araya Osgood, who works at Winona State and has helped raise thousands of dollars for the CMN hospitals. She gave us many ideas such as dance marathons, walk marathons, and many more. We considered these, but some would be very hard to do during the pandemic, so she also gave us the idea of an online auction. We picked this idea because we are able to reach a wide variety of people from the comforts of their own home. As for what we would be selling, I wanted to do something that was unique, fun, and easy. As an artist, I know that paint pouring is something that everyone can do. We asked our FCCLA members to come into the art room after school one day to create a painting free of cost that would later be auctioned off. Due to a short amount of time that we have, we were not able to see the results of the auction yet, but we have the auction planned for April 23rd through the 26th. Our budget for the painting supplies was $50, but we only used $38 for the paint, cups, and etc. The canvases were donated from a couple of people in our community, and as you can see, Bailey and I both were the leader of 2 different projects. This brings me to the work plan. Other than organizing the tie blankets and the blanket kits, Bailey also kept track of the dates and times. This helped us plan for meetings ahead of time to stay on track. Other than organizing the painting event, I also took care of all of the communications between our partners. I sent out emails, texts, phone calls, just to make sure that our partners were up to date with what we were doing.
Our project impacted quite a few people. In total, we got about 76% of our chapter to participate throughout both projects. When we made the blankets, we were only able to involve 29%. While for the paintings, we were able to involve 48% of our chapter. A before and after quote from one of our chapter members definitely showed us that we made an impact. She said, "I literally knew nothing except that they wanted to help kids. And now," she said, "I had no idea how much children in our area are struggling, and now common it is. It makes me want to help more."
If we were to be asked about one skill that we both have improved on that we will use within the next year, we both agree that we have become a lot better at time management and communicating. We have needed to be timely in order to get this project done, and with other stuff going on, it has forced us to have a strict schedule. Communication is key between us as well. Trying to tell each other ideas can often be difficult, but we both have learned how to understand each other better.
If we were to be asked what challenges arose in our work, our response would be the pandemic. The pandemic was the biggest obstacle in our work. When it came to communications, events, gatherings, and etc., it was hard to learn a completely new form of communication through technology, and it was extremely hard to get people together when we had a social distance. We tried fixing these problems by putting extra effort into learning how to use online video chat platforms, such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Google Meet.
And just for extra reference, for our paint pour, there are a couple of photos here of just some members doing the paint pouring. Everybody found it super fun because all of the paintings were super unique. And then also one other thing to mention, we did have a previous group member, Ella Miller, and she is due to pre-planned family vacations, she was unable to make it with us today. But we would like to say one last huge thank you to all of our business partners, the Cooley Boutique, Beatles Bar and Restaurant, In the Making, Stockyards, Champions Riverside Resort, and La Fleur Jardin, the local flower shop, just for helping us out and letting us use their business to spread the word about Meaningful Miracles and the Children's Miracle Network Hospital.